Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Sunday, the 15th day of March. Here we go. With Pesach rapidly approaching, here's another law that you'll need to know. The maror, the bitter herbs that you use for Seder night. So two good choices, of course, are romaine lettuce. You probably all know, and I'll just repeat quickly, that if you're using romaine lettuce, that is a fine choice halachically for the bitter herbs, but you must be very, very careful to see to it that there's no bugs present inside of your romaine lettuce. They need to be rinsed and soaked, and you may want to speak to your rabbi about exactly how to do it or what brand you're buying and all that, but you have to be certain to see to it that there are no bugs, not just because it's disgusting to eat bugs, but because it's a law in our Torah that says you're not allowed to eat a bug. And therefore you have to make certain that your romaine lettuce is well rinsed if you're using that. If you're choosing to use horseradish, of course, do not use the type that comes pre-bottled with sugar and vinegar on it. You need to just be eating straight horseradish, not the stuff that comes in bottles that has vinegar and sweetening and all kinds of tastes and everything in it, just straight horseradish. But according to some of the poskim, when you eat your horseradish too straight, you're not really tasting bitterness, you're tasting sharpness, and God wanted us to taste the bitter taste of the bitter herbs, not the sharpness. So what would that mean? That would mean that if you take the maror and you just cut off little slices of the roots and you just eat them like that at the Seder, then that might be, according to some poskim, too sharp and not enough in the category of bitter to actually be qualifying for the bitter herb. Therefore, some people recommend that the better thing to do is to grind up your bitter herbs with a grinder of some sort before Yom Tov, and then spread them out on a plate. They will lose their sharpness that way, but a couple hours later, or even at the second Seder, they'll still be bitter, and they'll actually be easier to it'll be easier to accomplish getting that down. And according to like all the different opinions that blend in here, you will be eating bitter herbs, the proper type, horseradish, no bug problem. You won't be too sharp because you're not just cutting off a slice and eating it, which is just sharp like fire, but you'll be just having bitter herbs that were pre-ground, and they taste bitter, and that is a good way to consume your horseradish, if that's your bitter herb, on Pesach night at the Seder. Of course, your rabbi might have different opinions. I'm just getting you started on thinking how is your best way to plan this for yourself. Go and ask him about pre-grinding your maror. Go and ask him if it's okay to just have a slice. Ask him if he recommends romaine lettuce, or if you can suggest a type that's pretty bug-free or maybe totally bug-free, or what's the best way to rinse it. Just want to get you started on having your romaine lettuce or horseradish perfectly ready for a halachic success at the Seder on Seder night. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.